Okay, let's see. Which weapon should I focus on getting first in Destiny 2? Hi, and welcome to Gaming Watcher. In this video, I'll be talking about the top 5 must-have weapons of Destiny 2 and how to get them. So when you start as a new player in Destiny, there's just a myriad of weapons that you can go after and get, but it's really not all of them that you should be focusing on before you really get into the heavy end game and you have almost everything and you can start just grinding for stuff that you don't have just because you want to have it, which is like the essence of playing Destiny at the end game level. So this list is just my pick of the 5 weapons that you definitely should get in Destiny and also maybe should consider getting as your first weapons. Most of these are exotic weapons and pinnacle weapons, and they're difficult to get. It's not like they're not just like random drops. You have to do specific shit to get them, but they're really worth it. And playing the game, guys, with these weapons are twice the fun, if not 10 times the fun as playing the game without them. Okay, so let's get into the list. If you like these videos, please actually like the video, hit the like button, and also if you want to get a notification when I make new videos, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot and we really want to make this great content for you. Number 1, the Risk Runner. The Risk Runner is an energy SMG. What is special about the Risk Runner is the perk Arc Conductor. The Arc Conductor makes sure that when you take arc damage, the weapon becomes more powerful and resists incoming arc damage. So you get kind of a shield that resists incoming arc damage, plus your weapon gives out more damage. Kills extend the time in this overcharged state. So every time you get a kill, you extend the time of this state where you have the shield and you have the buffed up damage. Then the gun also has the trait Superconductor that makes sure that when the Arc Conductor perk is active, shots fired have the chance to become chain lightning and return ammo. So this basically means that you can just spray, chain lightning will pop out everywhere and you'll kill everything in your sights, plus you will get ammo back, so you can keep this going for a very long time. It's really an awesome feeling when that perk is activated and you just start shooting lightning everywhere and everything is dying around you. It's really awesome, guys. This is a truly awesome weapon, and in the Shadowkeep expansion they made it very easy to get. So I'll give you some tips on that. To get this gun, you have to pick up a quest from Banshee 44 in the tower. The Banshee is the gunsmith in the tower. So you pick up the quest from him. It's called Pain and Gain. The first step requires the player to complete a lost sector in the EDC, which includes killing its boss and looting the chest. So remember this, guys, you have to actually loot the chest to complete the lost sector. In addition, the player has to complete any heroic public event and a Nightfall strike, regardless of the score. Now, pay attention to this, guys. It's a heroic public event, so it's not enough to just go into a random public event. It has to actually be heroic. Now, if you are new to the game and you don't quite know so much about the heroic events, every public event happens over and over again on the different destinations. They all have a name. The name is shown on the screen when the event starts. For every public event there's a heroic version of that event, and there's a specific way to trigger the heroic version of the event. So you have to do a certain combination of things in the event, and then it will be like transformed into a heroic event. For all of these events, if you just Google the name of the event and heroic, you will get a lot of guides for how to trigger this specific event. So I'm not gonna go into detail about this, but the information is out there. So just Google it, guys, get that heroic public event, and then you have to do a Nightfall strike. And the score of this strike, Nightfall strike, doesn't matter. You just have to complete it. For the second step, you have to complete the risk and reward mission. And this is actually also the first mission. If you start up a new character in Destiny at the moment, this is the very first mission that you will do. So it's a remake of that mission. It's in a place called the Cosmodrome, and the mission itself can be started on the EDC map. So you're loaded into the Cosmodrome, and there's fallen everywhere, and there's a walker in the middle, and you just kind of have to go through this mission. You have to kill the fallen until the Dust Captain spawns, and then you have to kill the Dust Captain. And after killing 3 captains, then you have to follow waypoints into a jumping puzzle. Those are always fun. Just if you're new to Destiny and you haven't done that many jumping puzzles yet, and you get into this one and you think, wow, this is really annoying, get used to it, man. Jumping puzzles is a really, I hate them personally, but it's a part of Destiny, and you will learn to love the abuse that Bungie is putting down on you with these jumping puzzles. Okay, so you have to go through the jumping puzzle, and then at the end you will find the Risk Runner in Cade 6 secret room. And then basically, to finish the mission, you have to kill a lot of fallen with the weapon, and by then you can see the whole thing about the perks that I talked about and how nice this weapon is actually to use. And you also get the catalyst for the weapon at the end of the mission. Depending on how new you are, you probably already know what a catalyst is. But just to tell it shortly here, a catalyst is kind of it's an upgrade to a weapon. So you get the catalyst, you put it into the weapon, and then you have to do certain tasks to actually finish or complete the catalyst for it to work. And it just upgrades your weapon so it works even better than it did before. So it's really nice. You actually both get the weapon and the catalyst, and it's a really easy mission, this one, compared to the other ones on this list. So this is definitely the first one I would go for is if I was a new player in Destiny. Definitely get the Risk Runner. Number 2, the Recluse. The Recluse is an awesome weapon. Just not that long ago, it was the best PvE weapon in the game. Then Bungie nerfed it because it was game breaking. Boo hoo! I loved it. I don't mind the game breaking weapons. I actually liked the fact that there was weapons that was really insanely hard to get, but when you got them, you got so game breakingly overpowered that you could just take anything down. So the Recluse was one of these weapons. It's still really awesome even though they nerfed it, and they also made it easier to get. So that's kind of nice. So that's number 2 here on the list, and it's an energy SMG. The reason why it's such an awesome weapon is because of the 2 perks it has. It has Feeding Frenzy, which does so that kills with the weapon increases reload speed for a short time. It also has the perk Master of Arms, and it's actually the only weapon in the game that has this perk. The perk is when you get a kill with any weapon, it improves the damage of the Recluse. So this is an important point. It's not kills with the Recluse necessarily, it's kills with any weapon. This means that you can have another weapon equipped, kill someone with that weapon, switch to the Recluse, and then the Master of Arms perk will already be activated and you get a large damage buff. So and every time you get a kill, you prolong the time of this buff, the Master of Arms. So the kind of the thing with the Recluse is that you can have this. I think one of the most used combos of weapon is the Mountaintop, which is a grenade launcher, a kinetic grenade launcher, and then the Recluse, because you can instantly kill an enemy with the Mountaintop, the grenade launcher, and you can quickly switch weapons to the Recluse, and then the Master of Arms perk is activated and you get the damage buff, and that's just a really high damage output combo. This high damage combined with the reload speed of the Feeding Frenzy just makes for an insane damage output on the Recluse, so definitely a must-have weapon. The way you get the Recluse is very simple, but it's not easy. The Recluse is obtained through the Crucible. First you have to talk to Shax and you have to pick up the quest called From the Mouth of the Babes. This quest is very simple, but it's not easy, as I said. To complete it, you have to get the triumph called the Stuff of Myth, which requires you to reach the Fabled rank in the Crucible and win a ton of Crucible matches. Now, this is the Glory rank called Fabled, not the Valor rank. So you have to play competitive matches, you have to play the survival playlist in the Crucible. Again, if you're new to the game, there's a difference, a very important difference between Glory ranks and Valor ranks. Valor rank, you always go up. Every time you play a match in the Crucible, you go up in Valor rank. When you play for glory points and get glory ranks, if you lose a match, you will actually go down in glory rank. So you have to win a lot more games than you lose to actually get to this point where you have the Fabled rank, and then you can get the Recluse. So the easiest way to do this is to play the freelance playlist, because you will get into matches with solo players, so you avoid fire teams that are speaking with each other and coordinating the game. This is not easy, but it's not impossible either. It's a challenge for sure, but it only took me, I think, 3 or 4 days when I really decided to go for it. So just get into that solo playlist and just do as good a job as you can, and I promise you, eventually you will get to the Fabled rank and you will get the Recluse. It's just a matter of keeping on, keeping on. Okay, number 3, the Venteco GL3. The Venteco is an arc grenade launcher. The reason why this weapon is awesome is the perks Blinding Grenades and Explosive Light. The Blinding Grenade perks gives the grenade detonation a brief blinding effect, and Explosive Light does so that when you pick up an orb of light, it increases the next grenade's blast radius and damage. Okay, so if you pick up some orbs of light, the next grenade will be more damaging and have a larger blast radius, plus it's blinding. The damage this weapon can output is awesome, and the blinding effect just makes it a beast against tougher enemies. This is a pinnacle weapon. It's a Vanguard pinnacle weapon, which means that you can get it by doing strikes, and you get the quest from Zavala. So you must speak to Zavala in the tower, and you must accept the quest called A Gift for the Worthy. The main focus of this quest is to get grenade launcher kills within strikes, but you're going to need a lot of them. So the quest reads: in playlist strikes, get grenade launcher multi-kills, land grenade launcher final blows, and earn points by defeating enemy combatants. Death impedes progress, while grenade launcher final blows grant the most efficient progress. So you have to get 1500 final blows, 500 multi-kills, and then you have to earn some points. Now the points is just a percentage that goes up, so it's not a specific number of points, but you just have to, you just have to kill a lot of enemies and strikes basically with a grenade launcher. It's just, go in and blast the grenade launcher within strikes. This is gonna take you some time. you can cut down on the time by doing some workarounds. It's still gonna take a lot of time, but if you do any of these methods that I'm gonna outline here, you might save some hours on this quest. So what you can do is that you can go into a strike with 2 of your friends, so you're all kind of in on what is going to happen. Then you can choose, for example, a strike on Mars, and instead of going through the strike and completing it, you abandon the usual path and you go into the escalation protocol event, because there's a lot of enemies spawning in the escalation protocol event, and you can just, you know, go and blast off your grenade launcher. Plus you won't have to restart strikes over and over, so that will also save you some time. So you can just, yeah, do the escalation protocol over and over until you get all of the kills. Another option is you can do a strike that is placed in a dreaming city, and you can do the same thing, abandon the path and go into the blind well event, and then do the same thing, just do the blind well over and over. So those are kind of 2 events that you can do. I guess actually you could also do this on the moon and do the same thing with the 1 strike on the moon, and then go to the Altar of Sorrows event and blast enemies with the grenade launcher there. So basically anywhere. You could also just abandon a strike and go into a lost sector. This is a very used kind of trick for these weapons where you have to do something in strikes, that you can always, you know, leave the actual strike and go do something else if you have to get a lot of kills within a strike. Just make sure that you're in the strike with a couple of friends, so first of all you don't ruin the experience for 2 other players, and second of all you won't suddenly get dragged or teleported to the position of your teammates because they just went through with the strike. That would be annoying. So basically that's just what you gotta do. When you get all the kills, you get the weapon. Number 4, the Outbreak Perfected. Outbreak Perfected is a pulse rifle. It is, in my eyes, one of the most unique weapons in the game. This is because of the perk, the Corruption Spreads. The Corruption Spreads is a perk that, when activated, the Outbreak Perfected creates Siva nanite swarms on rapid hits and precision kills. So just to clarify, Siva nanite swarm is basically swarms of little tiny robots. This is really cool. I love this concept. I think this is one of the most unique weapons there is. So it creates small swarms of tiny little robots that cling on to the enemies that you shoot at. And it creates these when you get precision hits or just rapid hits. This gives some extra damage. But the second thing is that the weapon also has a perk called Parasitism. This perk, when activated, the weapon does more damage to enemies based on the number of Siva nanites that attach to them. So you can see how these 2 work together. When you get precision hits or rapid hits on an enemy, you will create these nanites that will attach to the enemy, and this will boost your damage output. So this is, in itself, it's just an awesome concept. I think it's really unique and it looks really nice. It has a really nice feeling to it when you use this weapon, and it's also just an overall good weapon. You can use the Outbreak Perfected for any activity. It's not especially good for any activity, but it's actually is really good for PvP. But it's not bad for anything either. You can use it in anything, and it's always good. It's always a good choice. It's not the best choice for anything, but it's an all-around really solid and good weapon. And before Shadowkeep, I actually think that this is the weapon that I have used the most in Destiny. The hard part is getting this weapon. This is also very simple like the Recluse, but it's not easy at all. It's a tough mission. To get the Outbreak Perfected, you need to complete the 0-hour mission on the EDC. This is a time restricted mission where you have to complete the whole thing in 20 minutes. This is not easy, and you will have to go in with a fire team of people who are ready to spend some hours trying to do this. You will not succeed in your first try. This is not a guide on how to complete the 0-hour quest, so I won't go into too much detail, but I will say this. You need to coordinate with your fire team so you know who is doing what, and coordinate what weapons you use so you can quickly take out all energy shields on enemies. So this is very important. The quest line in itself is not too bad. You have to I have to say this because this confuses some people. The quest starts on Titan. You can read up on it, but you need to, before you can actually start the quest, and not a lot of guides mention this, you have to complete the other story missions on Titan. So I think the story missions on Titan, I think it's called Enemy of My Enemy. So you get the story mission from Sloan, it's called Enemy of My Enemy. You have to complete all of that, all the quest steps in that quest, before you can actually start the quest steps for this one, the 0-hour quest. So there's a couple of steps before you get to this 20 minutes mission, but it's not very long. It's really short. You have to do some stuff and then you can unlock this mission, and you enter the mission in the EDC. You go to the farm in the EDC and you go down and you can talk to this fallen captain, and then you go into the mission and you have 20 minutes to complete it. It's really not easy, guys. You have to practice, you have to give it some time, and you have to go in with 2 friends that are ready to spend some hours doing this and give it 100%. If you want help to go through this, I can help you with this. I play on PS4 and Xbox, so write a comment if you want to get help to get through the 0-hour mission. I will gladly help you through with one of my friends. So yeah, just leave a comment if that's the case, and we will get you through and get you this weapon. Okay, number 5, the Whisper of the Worm. This is a heavy exotic sniper. The Whisper of the Worm rifle is a true boss melter in most scenarios because of the perk White Nail. When activated, you get a higher base damage on precision kills or precision hits, and rapidly landing 3 precision hits will refill the magazine. So because of this perk, if you constantly hit precision hits, you will get your ammo back into the magazine, and so you can fire this rifle forever without reloading, and it does really awesome damage. For this one, you will also have to complete a time restricted mission, just like with the Outbreak Perfected. This one is called the Whisper, surprise surprise, and is found on IO. This one is just as challenging as the 0-hour mission, and you will also need a fire team for this one, and you will need to coordinate your efforts, and you will probably need to practice it, because the Whisper mission, I think, is the most challenging of the two, the 0-hour and the Whisper mission. I think the Whisper is the more challenging one because of the jumping puzzle in the beginning. Now, I have done the Whisper mission so many times that I can almost do the jumping puzzles with my eyes closed. But when I started out, this was definitely not the case. It's a really tough jumping puzzle in the beginning, and you have to get through this whole long ass jumping puzzle before you get to these rooms with enemies that you have to go through. And you kind of have the same thing about shields. There are some snipers in the rooms that does a lot of damage, so you need to make sure to take those out. So again, you just need to coordinate with your fire team. Every time you go into the mission and you fail, you just talk about what went wrong, how you can strategize otherwise, and you will eventually get through this, guys. I will probably make guides for both the Whisper and the 0-hour missions and put links in the description for this video. So take a look in the description and see if I have done this by the time you watch this video. I haven't as of this day when I record the video, but I know I'm gonna do it, and I'm definitely gonna go back and put the links for those guides in the description to this video, so take a look. And also, just like with the 0 hour mission, if you want my help to get through the Whisper mission, please write a comment below the video, and I'll hook up with you and I can help you through to get this sniper rifle. Again, I play on PS4 and Xbox, so if you're playing on PC, I'm sorry I cannot help you with this, but hopefully you can find someone who can on Bungie.net. It's a really good place to find other players, and if you just create a looking for game post on Bungie.net and just say Whisper of the Worm, there are usually always some pros that are just looking to do it to have some fun, because it is actually a really fun mission. Yeah, that was my 5 weapons that you must have in Destiny and how you get them. Again guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to know when I make new videos on Destiny or on Red Dead Redemption Online or any of the other games that I make videos about, please subscribe to the channel. That also really helps us get this content out to a broader audience, which makes it possible for us to even make this content. So thanks in advance guys. If you have any ideas for content or wishes on content that we could do on this channel, please leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll surely reply to you, and we can have a discussion about what topics would be nice for you as a new Destiny player to get a video on. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.